Habitat for Humanity St. Louis works with businesses and volunteers of all backgrounds to provide those in need with a decent, affordable place to live. Joining us today is Kimberly McKinney, who is the CEO of Habitat for Humanity St. Louis. Welcome, Kimberly.
Thank you.
So that's a big job. I mean, I can only imagine, and here's what's in my mind, like crews of volunteers all over St. Louis building houses, and you're administering all of this.
That is basically what it's like. So, you know, I'm blessed to have a wonderful team at Habitat that is those crews, project managers and site assistants, and helping to mobilize the volunteers. But it really is all about making sure that we're getting, you know, the land to build the home on, the sponsor dollars to build the house with, the homeowner and the volunteers all at the site at the same time.
Yeah,
so,
and by the time they're on site, you've already done months and months of legwork leading up to that point.
Absolutely. I often compare it to a movie set. It's like everybody comes out and enjoys the build day and they think about that, but they don't realize the amount of time that went on behind the scenes prepping for that day and making sure, we're looking now at sites to acquire for 2018 and where are we building next.
Really?
And, homeowner selection and all of that is so well in advance.
So let's talk about that. So I'm curious about two things: how you acquire the property on which you're going to renovate a home or build a new home, and how homeowners what's the application process for becoming the owner of that home?
Okay, I'm going to take the first one first. Mm-hmm. So one of the really interesting things about Habitat for Humanity St. Louis is in our now 31 years here in St. Louis, we at one point had sort of a business model of picking one neighborhood and going, okay, hypothetically, if we're doing 10 houses this year, 15 houses this year, they're going to all be in this one neighborhood. And while that was certainly much simpler on acquisition and mobilizing volunteers, it always caused a little angst because our homeowners are buying their homes very much like anyone else who's buying a home is. And so to sit at a table with them and say, this is the biggest investment you are ever going to make, and you have to make it in this neighborhood, just, it really didn't make sense. So starting in about 2010, we really decided we're not doing it that way anymore, and we went to much smaller scattered sites, which has been phenomenal. It's a little more harder to manage, but it's been phenomenal because it means our homeowners are having choices between, a city build, a county rehab, a county new construction, so they get those choices.
So
one-story construction,
so
two-story construction, yeah, much scattered, smaller sites.
Yeah.
So the land is acquired in a variety of ways. We have strong partnerships with both the City of St. Louis and St. Louis County through their community development offices. We will, when we need to, acquire from a private individual. We're blessed that sometimes we have somebody want to donate a piece of property to us that works. A lot of times we have donations of property offered to us that just simply will not fit the needs. A house that has either long past the opportunity to be rehabbed, or that's, a 3-story brick house in the city with 3,000 square feet that just exceeds our square footage. So the property comes to us from a variety of ways. We've been really successful in St. Louis County in doing some rehabs, some one-off rehabs where it's, one house in a neighborhood that, that was sadly part of the foreclosure crisis. But the benefit of that is suddenly a house that, wasn't providing a home ownership opportunity has the chance to do so.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting. So, and then the homeowners themselves, where do they come from?
So, they come from everywhere, and they come often. We average about 5,000 phone calls at our office a year. Most common misperception of Habitat is we give houses away. We do not give houses away. The only thing we give is an opportunity. So we provide the opportunity for somebody who is a first-time, first-generational homeowner to buy a home. They call our offices. Lots of times they're hearing about it from another Habitat homeowner, so they either work with, go to school with, have kids in school, go to church with somebody who's already in the program, which I think is the best testimony ever. They're selected based on their ability to repay the affordable mortgage. So again, we've not given the house away. They have to be able to pay the mortgage. Their willingness to be partners in the program by doing 350 hours of sweat equity. So that's not only working on the construction of their home or the rehab of their home, but also in life skill classes. So things like financial literacy, home maintenance, how to be a member of how to be a participant in a block unit if there is one, how to form one if there's not, and then current level of need, meaning that currently they live in substandard housing.
We're going to stop right here for a second, take a quick break, and come back and talk more detail about these things. It's very interesting. We'll have more with Habitat for Humanity St. Louis after this break. Please stay with us for more coming right up.